Climate change crusader Al Gore has taken a subtle swipe at Queensland's reliance on fossil fuels, but has avoided naming the controversial Adani coal mine. At a lunch with the Premier, Mr Gore urged the state to avoid what he calls dinosaur projects of the past. Here's state political reporter Alison Horn.
Side by side, the climate change warrior and the woman at the helm of Australia's coal capital.
Could you all please join with me in welcoming Al Gore to Queensland?
The former US Vice President Al Gore wrapped up his week of environmental training in Brisbane with a rousing call to arms.
We can change. We have the tools available to us.
Mr Gore's climate change documentary, An Inconvenient Truth, won critical acclaim more than a decade ago.
Our ability to live is what is at stake.
But as he took the stage in Brisbane, there was another inconvenient truth in the room, suggesting Australia moves away from fossil fuel, but no mention of Queensland's controversial Adani project.
But the nation has to make a decision. Will you educate the engineers you need? Will you build the infrastructure that's necessary? Will you avoid the opportunity cost of still going after dinosaur projects of the past? That's all I'm going to say.
Mr Gore's $320,000 trip has been bankrolled by Queensland taxpayers. His appearance less than a week from the state government's deadline to decide the fate of Adani's Central Queensland mine.
This stunt shows the Premier is more concerned about her own ego than the environment.
The Premier spruiked her green credentials to Mr Gore, having created 21 renewable energy projects since 2015. But wary of regional backlash, she didn't shy away from the state's resource dependency, though she too avoided naming thermal coal and the A word.
In Queensland, we are and we will continue to be a state where minerals continue to sustain human existence are dug up from the ground.
Across town, anti-Adani protesters launched another campaign to block the Carmichael mine.
Stop Adani! Stop! Stop Adani!
The final ruling on Adani is due next Thursday.
And state political reporter Alison Horn joins us live. Al, on another controversial issue, renaming the Lady Salento Children's Hospital, the government won't be investigated by the state's corruption watchdog.
Yes, Jess, when the facility behind me was renamed the Queensland Children's Hospital, it was justified by the state government as the result of an online survey. The government said thousands of people had voted to change the name, but the opposition claimed that vote was rigged. It said that it didn't preclude people from voting multiple times, and so the opposition referred it to the Crime and Corruption Commission. Now, today the CCC has said it will not be investigating, but it hasn't exactly cleared the government. It has agreed there were issues with transparency, and it's also asked the government to overhaul these types of surveys to stop people from voting multiple times. But ultimately, Jess, the CCC has found that there would not be enough evidence to substantiate any allegations of corruption.
Alison Horn, thank you.